Good morning. I'm just listening to all the rubbish that's going on television and talkback radio in relation to the election. Someone said it this morning that if you don't like any sport, football, AFL, soccer, cricket, basketball, motor racing, that you're unelectable. Well, I think they're right. Because you must have some passion. I mean, seriously. What have you done, Malcolm? You've made a mess. You want to be God? Well, you can't, mate. No one likes you, Malcolm. As they say, you're unelectable. You're as popular as herpes in a brothel, mate. No one wants to touch you. What's it like for you, mate, walking down the street knowing that, the majority of the people around you didn't vote for you or want you? Don't understand why you're there, mate. It's got me buggered why you're there. You got more than what most people dream of. This morning I'm having lavazza. My first drop of coffee always gets jammed. Look at that. Beautiful. Smell. I didn't think that didn't think we were going to be in this position, 3-4 days after the election, 5, 6, 10 days, we still won't know. It's hard to believe. I wonder whether people are patting him on the back saying, great job, well done. Or are they kicking him in the arse, saying, mate, what have you done? Anyway. As Australia wakes up to this and has to deal with this for the next few days, we will just have to put up with it. And I listened to Pauline Hanson this morning. I'm really pleased that she got what she wanted. You got to respect that woman. She's not a racist. She just likes people to look after their countrymen, their country. I think she's had a few relationships where the men were actually ethnic. So, I've never been with a black lady. I've never been with an Asian lady. Does that make me a racist? I don't think so. Just the fact that I like my women to be, well, perfect like me. That's all. So I'm not a racist. Belitza. You know, that first cup of coffee, done properly, it's just beautiful. It really is. It just gives you this lovely, warm, tingling feeling, and you can get through the day knowing that there's going to be, you know, issues and problems, but that coffee makes you just feel, well, that you can handle it. And those poor people that have decaffeinated coffee with soy latte, far out. I was going to say something else. I mean, it's just a waste of time. Give me a break. I don't know. It's like having a, I don't know, just a low-fat pizza or a low-fat hamburger. Be tasteless. Anyway, going back to the election, we live in interesting times. And I just wonder where we're going to be in next week. Well, I believe that the Liberal Party will actually form a government. Fair enough. But I don't think they're going to be keeping Turnbull as the leader. My prediction that Turnbull will be asked to move on, and I'm not sure who they're going to put in place. Of course, the idea of putting Tony Abbott back in is laughable. No one's ever going to do that. We know that. As for Scott Morrison, I don't think that he's got the support. Don't forget, he cited in Malcolm's corner to get out Abbott. And of course, we've got the greatest politician of all time to live through a nuclear blast, Julie Bishop. I mean, fair dinkum, if there was a nuclear blast, you'd see Bishop coming out of the ashes and saying, geez, that was close. I'll pull through. I'm here. I'm here to support whoever wants to support me. So she's unelectable either. I don't know. Maybe we just have to go through some rubbish for a little while. Maybe Nick Xenophon should be Prime Minister of this country. He's a decent human being. When I say we, I mean I believe in what he believes in. And you know, the one thing that I heard about Pauline Hanson this morning, which shocked me, was that she wants to remove the family law court. Well, of course, I think that's fantastic, but what are you going to put in its place? How are you going to have two people agree? You need a court to determine what's right and wrong. I remember my fantastic experience, in 1999. I went to the family law court in Sydney, and I got some queer. You know what a queer is, don't you? A queer is a man who sleeps with other men. That's right. That's a queer. Other names for it is a buttfucker, a homosexual, and this bloke here, who was appointed by the court, had to determine the best outcome for my 5 sons. And there's a bloke there that's actually never had a woman in his bed, never been married, and never had children, and he wants to determine what's best for my sons. So, do you think I want to see the destruction of the family law court? Absolutely. Do you think my sons have turned out to be happy individuals without having their mum and dad together, or their mum and dad? No, I don't care what anyone says. I mean, they're decent human beings. That's fine. But you ask them deep down, I'm sure that they would rather have their father in their life rather than their father out of their life. Both their parents now have moved on and they've got new lives, and that's because the family law court all of a sudden decided to play God and decided to come out with what's best for the children. Well, you did fail the children, I mean, seriously, there are going to be scars which are, well, going to last forever. You can't repair the scars that you caused. You've got some fuckwit in a court turn around and tell some other fuckwit who's had no experience in family or children to determine what's best for the children. So what happens is that you get a fucked up system run by fuckwits and you get a fucked decision, okay? Would it be better if I would have had contact with my sons? Absolutely, because they said that the only way I could have contact would be written correspondence, which is, of course, I never did. I mean, it's just it's degrading. What would I do? Hello, son, how are you? I hope you're well. I mean, that's all you can write. I mean, it's nothing like having a conversation with the person. And that proved last year when I saw two of my sons, and it was terrific. It was great. And I mean, I know that they were excited and happy to see me and talk to me. That's great. But the condition was that, I had to fit in with their regulations and their rules, and I had to see them only when they wanted to see me. So therefore, I couldn't spend Christmas or Easter or birthday or anniversary or an invitation to a wedding, I could see nothing of that. I could never be a part of that. So of course, I had to make a decision, which of course was going to keep me sane. And that was that I couldn't do that. I couldn't say, well, okay, I'll just see my sons whenever they want to see me. Well, of course, that doesn't work that way. I mean, a man wants to see another man when they, when it's convenient. So if that man is not your mate because he's not available, then move on to someone else. Simple as that. It's the same with a woman. It's the same with anyone else. So as for my sons saying to me, oh, Dad, it's really great to see you and I'm really happy to talk to you and I want to get closer to you, but you can't come to my engagement, you can't come to my wedding, you can't come to my firstborn, you can't come to this, you can't come to that because it's going to upset others. Well, then it means that, you're not supposed to be together. And so you move on. So the